Pahrump Nugget, progressive cash drawings, mystery point multipliers, mystery gift days, extra cash for 4 of a kinds, bingo, bowling, football, and food specials. Looking for constant action? Look no further. Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
A structure fire was reported around 9 p.m. on Friday night here on Rancho off Corbin Street. There was a report here earlier of a burn victim who actually medics think might have possibly set himself on fire. We're going to speak to Fire Chief Scott Lewis.
Yes, we are. We were dispatched this evening for a report of a structure fire. Upon arrival, we found that, in fact, we did have a single-wide manufactured dwelling with heavy fire conditions in the central part of the structure. It had already self-vented through several windows and 2 open doorways. So in essence, we had a heavy fire condition. We also had discharging ammunition, which added to the dynamics of the initial scene size up in a risk assessment. As you can see behind us, there's a lot of personal property surrounding this structure, and by happen so, we had a burn victim here earlier today, and thus we had the opportunity to take a look on the inside, and we noted an overaccumulation of personal property throughout the structure. Having that awareness and knowledge tonight, we decided to play safe and do a defensive exterior attack with no commitment of personnel to the inside. All people were accounted for, so the life safety issues were taken away.
We were dispatched for a burn victim, like you said earlier here today, who possibly lit himself on fire. He's not here at the home at this time?
No, that person has since been transported to the hospital earlier today, and to the best of my knowledge, probably remains in the hospital. We're unable to determine exactly how that fire started, but there was some thoughts that possibly he had lit himself a fire either by accident or intentional. They're not really certain at this point.
So is this fire from earlier today that smoldered and turned into this structure fire, or do you think this is a new fire?
There's really no indication. The burn victim from earlier today was unable to provide us any information where the incident actually occurred, and there were no witnesses to it. The only other resident had been away from the property for approximately 2 hours. When the Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and I went into the structure, we found such an accumulation of personal property. There was no smoke or fire visible within the structure, and we were in there for, probably a good 10 minutes or so. But to be able to determine what exactly happened earlier today, we can't do that until he's able to tell us.
And we have a person here that lives in the home do you have any information as to how they discovered that the structure fire occurred?
Yes, thus far the initial interview suggested that he was watching television and then started beginning to smell smoke, investigated, and found a fire condition. He hasn't been clear as to where he saw that initial fire condition, but we're working on that now.
Once again, that burn victim was transported to the hospital. The investigation still continues whether that was an accidental fire and in fact he fell asleep and accidentally lit himself on fire with a cigarette, or if in fact he was actually trying to commit suicide. There have been reports that he has attempted this in the past. Of course, this home was a complete loss. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Rancho near Corbin for News 46.